If a festival begins with smiles, children's laughter, the sparkle of colors, and fills the atmosphere with the hustle and bustle of the entire city, but ends in the last hours of the night, leaving behind corpses, wounded bodies, and mourning, can it truly be called happiness? And if that festival is not merely a game, but connected to a non-Muslim belief, a specific religious tradition, and a historical event, then the question becomes even more serious. Is it permissible for a Muslim to participate in it according to the teachings of Allah and the Prophet? That is why today, instead of emotions, we will discuss based on arguments, and this conversation will focus on the point of what the true reality of Basant is in the light of Islam. Islam is a religion that considers all aspects of human nature. It has clear boundaries and guidance for every state: joy, sorrow, recreation, and seriousness. In the Indian subcontinent, the festival of Basant has been a topic of debate for a long time. In this video, we will take a very detailed and scholarly review of Basant's historical roots, the religious concepts associated with it, its Sharia status in the light of Islamic teachings, its human and financial losses, and the concept of permissible recreation in Islam. The word Basant actually derives from the Sanskrit word Vasant, which literally means spring. According to the South Asian calendar, it announces the end of winter and the arrival of spring. Historically, this festival was linked to agricultural society, where farmers celebrated the blooming of yellow mustard flowers and considered it a harbinger of the harvest season. In Hindu traditions, Basant is not just the name of a seasonal change, but a full-fledged religious festival called Vasant Panchami. This festival is celebrated on the 5th day of the month of Magh. According to Hindu religious beliefs, this day is dedicated to the worship of the goddess Saraswati, the deity of knowledge, music, and wisdom. On this day, wearing yellow clothes, cooking yellow food, and bowing before goddess Saraswati is considered an essential religious duty in the Hindu community. Historical evidence shows that this fair was celebrated with great enthusiasm even in the Middle Ages, and its mention is found in ancient Sanskrit literature. Although Basant's foundations were religious, over time it took on a cultural color in the Punjab region, especially during the late Mughal period and the Sikh rule. It gained popularity at the public level. Maharaja Ranjit Singh played a key role in giving Basant the form of a grand fair in Lahore. In the early 19th century, Ranjit Singh began celebrating Basant as a social and military festival. He and his soldiers would wear yellow attire and organize kite-flying competitions at Lahore Fort and other places. Ranjit Singh gave heavy donations for this festival and turned it into a 10-day-long celebration that also included demonstrations of military skills. This was the era when kite flying emerged as an essential part of Basant. One major basis for opposition to Basant in Pakistan is a historical event that occurred in Lahore in the 18th century. This event is related to the death of a Hindu boy named Haqiqat Rai. Haqiqat Rai was born in a Hindu family in Sialkot and was enrolled in a local madrasa to learn Persian and Arabic. According to traditions, during his education at the madrasa, he had an argument with his Muslim classmates over some matter. During this debate, he uttered inappropriate words about Islamic sacred figures, particularly the daughter of the Prophet, Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra, may Allah be pleased with her. This matter reached the local Qazi's court, where Haqiqat Rai was declared guilty of blasphemy against the Prophet. Before the then governor of Lahore, Zakaria Khan, he was given two options: either accept Islam or prepare for the death penalty. Haqiqat Rai refused to accept Islam and was executed in Lahore on the day of Vasant Panchami. After Haqiqat Rai's death, the Hindu and Sikh communities declared him their martyr and began holding a fair every year on Basant Day at his Samadhi in Lahore. Hindu pilgrims would gather there wearing yellow turbans and fly kites. In the early 20th century, some Hindu writers further strengthened the connection of this event with Basant. This is why, in many Islamic circles, celebrating Basant is seen as refreshing the memory of a person who committed blasphemy against the Prophet. In Islam, the decision on whether any action is permissible or impermissible is made based on the solid principles of the Qur'an and Sunnah. In the case of Basant, scholars have prohibited it in the light of a few important Sharia principles. One fundamental principle of Islamic Sharia is that Muslims maintain their religious and cultural identity and avoid imitating the religious symbols of other nations. The Lord of the universe commands that those who have made their religion a game and amusement should not be followed. Similarly, the Prophet clearly stated that whoever imitates a people will be counted among them. According to scholars, since Basant's roots are embedded in Saraswati worship and memorials like Haqiqat Rai, celebrating it falls squarely into the category of imitating non-Muslims. It is not just a seasonal fair, but an event with a specific religious background, whose symbols, such as the special importance of the yellow color, give it a religious hue. Islam considers wealth as a trust from Allah, and strictly prohibits wasting it on futile activities. Allah, the Lord of Honor, commands that the extravagant are brothers of Satan. On the occasion of Basant, millions of rupees are wasted on kites, strings, lighting, and musical gatherings. Jurists have explained a subtle difference between extravagance and waste. The Prophet declared the waste of wealth as a cause of Allah's displeasure. The money spent on Basant could fulfill the needs of those poor and needy who are struggling with hunger and disease. The protection of human life is one of the fundamental objectives of Sharia in Islam. In the Quran, Allah Almighty says, "Do not throw yourselves into destruction with your own hands." The human losses during Basant are so horrific that sound intellect refuses to consider it recreation. Chemical and metallic strings cut the throats of passers-by, especially motorcyclists. In the name of celebration, aerial firing results in innocent citizens becoming victims of blind bullets. When metallic strings collide with high-voltage wires, deaths occur due to electric shock, and the electricity system suffers losses worth millions. In the frenzy of kite flying, young children and youth lose balance and fall from rooftops, resulting in death or lifelong disability. The Prophet said that a true Muslim is one from whose hand and tongue other Muslims are safe. A festival that brings a message of death cannot be part of Islamic society. The accidents that occur during Basant are no longer just a few coincidental events, but have taken the form of a constant and dangerous trend over time. According to various authentic reports, during Basant 2007 in Lahore, at least 11 people were killed, while more than 100 citizens were injured, with major causes being aerial firing, throat cuts from chemical and metallic strings, and electric shocks. Similarly, a medical survey in Sindh revealed that 144 people were severely injured due to aerial firing at weddings and celebrations. During Basant, the electricity system also suffered severe damage, where metallic strings and short circuits affected infrastructure worth millions of rupees. A notable increase in road accidents was also observed in Punjab, especially a nearly 19% rise in motorcyclist deaths, mainly due to throat cuts and high-speed accidents. In view of the severity of these continuous human and financial losses, the Supreme Court of Pakistan and the Punjab government imposed a strict ban on holding Basant, and to this day, the Pakistani government has not officially permitted the celebration of Basant. Although attempts are sometimes made privately or illegally for this festival, renowned scholars of Pakistan and the Islamic world have adopted a clear stance on Basant. According to Shaykhul Islam Mufti Muhammad Taqi Usmani, Basant is not just a game, but has deep religious ideologies and blasphemous background behind it. He says that playing with lives in the name of recreation and wasting millions of rupees is a cause of Allah's displeasure. In his view, every action that distracts from the remembrance of Allah and opens the door to sins is forbidden. Maulana Tariq Jamil, in his speeches, has advised the youth to avoid such joys that spread mourning in others' homes. He says that Islam is not an enemy of celebrating happiness, but teaches the dignity of humanity. In the fatwas of Jamia Binoria Karachi and Darul Uloom Deoband, Basant has also been declared a Hindu ritual and a collection of frivolity and amusement from which every Muslim must abstain. The concept of permissible recreation in Islam and the prophetic Sunnah, many people ask. If not Basant, then how should Muslims recreate? Islam is a natural religion that does not prevent humans from laughing, playing and enjoying, but sets some pure boundaries for it. From the blessed life of the Prophet, we find evidence of games that are not only a source of recreation, but also beneficial for human health and military skills. The Messenger of Allah declared archery as the best sport. He said that Allah Almighty admits 3 people to paradise for the sake of one arrow: the one who makes it, the one who hands it over, and the one who shoots it. This game teaches concentration and marksmanship. Training horses and riding them is proven from the Sunnah. It is the best means for physical coordination and fostering bravery. Teaching children swimming is in accordance with the Sunnah. It is a complete activity for exercising all body muscles. The Prophet himself raced with Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. This is a simple yet highly effective physical exercise. The Prophet wrestled with a wrestler named Rukana and defeated him. This game highlights physical strength and defensive abilities. In Islam, the best recreation is that which a person spends with his family in the form of joking and playing. Islamic Code of Ethics for permissible recreation. Any game or activity is permissible as long as it remains within limits. It should not become an obstacle to the worship of Allah and obligations, such as prayer. It should not include gambling, betting, or any kind of illegal wagering. It should not cause distress or danger to any other human or animal. It should not involve nudity, indecency, or mixing with non-Islamic symbols. It should not involve unnecessary waste of wealth. The Prophet also said that every game that does not include the remembrance of Allah is futile, except for a few things, one of which is playing with one's wife. This indicates how much importance Islam gives to family joys. The eradication of bloody and non-Islamic customs like Basant is not possible merely through the force of law. For this, awakening social consciousness is necessary. Parents should inform their children about the reality of Basant and encourage them towards games in accordance with the Sunnah. It is essential to explain to children that taking someone's life or putting one's own life in danger is not bravery. The government and private institutions should lay a network of parks and playgrounds in cities where healthy competitions like swimming, archery and football can be organized for the youth. This topic should be continuously discussed from the pulpit and mihrab, so that the misconception from people's minds is removed that Basant is just a harmless seasonal fair. The media should highlight the harms of Basant and show the stories of those families whose loved ones have become victims of this bloody game. Basant is a festival whose roots are embedded in Hindu mythology and religious beliefs. It is also connected to a historical event that hurts the faith sentiments of Muslims. From a Sharia perspective, this festival is deemed impermissible on the basis of imitation, extravagance, and loss of human lives. Islam gives us a way of life where joy and recreation are also purposeful. Observing the power of Allah Almighty upon the arrival of spring, strolling through lush green fields, and participating in games that strengthen the body are the ways through which we can adorn both our religion and our world. It is our duty to abandon all those customs of ignorance that tarnish our identity and mold our lives according to the bright teachings of Islam. The command of the Lord of the universe should always be kept in mind. Life is a test, and every moment and every rupee of it is a trust from Allah. for which we will have to account on the day of judgment. What good is such recreation that angers the Creator and leaves the creation blooded? True success is hidden in obedience to Allah and service to humanity. May Allah Almighty grant us the ability to understand the truth. Ameen.